Hello, this is Carl Hessian from Exvium of Aliantis Company with our third video in the series of learning the basics of Confluence Cloud quickly. In our third video, we're going to go over basic page creation and publishing. So I'm going to show you the differences in view versus edit modes, page trees, attachments, linking tables, and templates and macros. We've got a lot to cover. I'm going to try to go very quickly, starting with making a page. So when I hit the create button, it gives me these options of what kind of a page do I want to make. And when I hit that, it's going to make a child page under the page where I'm at. So currently I'm on this page here on the bottom left. You can see I have a dot here in my just regular content section. If I hit the plus here, it'll make a page at the same level, just right on the top. If I hit create from here, it's going to be what I make will be a child page underneath. I'll go ahead and make it be a child page. So I'll make a page. I'm just going to call this page editing testing. And then all I've done is give it a name. I'm going to hit publish, and then it should show up. It's currently there as untitled. I'm going to say that in this page, so in the location tree of where it is, my first space, welcome to class, mastering the basics, then it's under there. Anyone can view this, but I could also say anyone in the space can view it, but only some can edit, or I specify who can do what. I'm going to say anyone can do both, and I'll hit publish. Also, I can do a schedule publish if I want, where it will publish at a certain day and time. I'll just say publish it right now. Now this becomes available. It is on the page tree. And if I want, I can actually rearrange where this content is in the page tree by just clicking and dragging, which is really cool. Now, from the view setting, I can do a few things, not too many, but I can add a label to the content. So I'll say testing. You can't capitalize. But then what's cool is if you click on a label, just like in Jira, if you click on a label there, you can see all the issues that have that label on them. You can also click on a label to see how many pages also have that label, but it only shows you the pages you have access to. Anything that's hidden won't show up. So you can add labels to content to be able to enable people to quickly find it, as long as you agree on what labels they are. You can react to content, and you can also write comments. You've got a mini wiki editor right here. You can mention people in the comments to give them a notification. And save that. And then you can collaborate this way very quickly on the view setting on a Confluence page. But you've got edit mode, which you can get to by either clicking on this pencil or by clicking the E key on your keyboard. That shortcut is particularly useful for when you have a very long page of Confluence content, because if you hit the E key near the bottom, then the page will switch to edit mode like this, but right where you were. So you don't have to scroll up, hit the pencil, and then try to remember where you were trying to edit. You can start editing right on that spot while you're looking at it. So that's the most useful keyboard shortcut, I think. And then if you want to find the rest of them, they are waiting for you under the help menu, just keyboard shortcuts waiting here. Since I'm editing a page, I have different help options showing it, but it's when you're just on regular Confluence, not in edit mode, but view mode. So when you're editing a page, you have all of your wiki options. You can select your font size here by what header font you want. What is a really easy section of a page to forget about is if you hover your cursor above the title, you have options for your spacing. You can add emoji to your header. You can have a status. So you can say, hey, this page is currently in rough draft mode. You can also change it. It's in progress. You can also delete it just by hitting the trash. And then you can add an image. So quick ways of making your Confluence content pop. More on that in macros in a second. You can also bold, italicize, underline, all these as well. Have your orientation, your alignment, your font color. You can bullet list, number list, indent. And now we have a few unique buttons. So an action item, it's what I have on our agenda page. Just makes a checkbox. And then you can just say, Oops, apparently I can't spell. The droughts. Okay, I really misspelled that. Next meeting. You can then say what needs to be done, mention a person who needs to do it, and then you can even add a date if you want, using the date macro in a little bit. So then once it's done, you just check it off and check it again. It's a quick way of, while you're having a meeting, creating an agenda. And when we get to the Jira integration, I can show you how to turn these into Jira items right here from Confluence. It's super cool. Linking. This is where you can go to add a link to another Confluence page or to a Jira issue. So just make sure you click either Confluence or Jira, whichever one you want. And you can then, after you create the link, you can have different you can have it display in different ways. I'll show you more on that in a later video. You can add attachments here, and then let's go ahead and do that. We're going to do the team background image. Showing up, that's great. When you click on an image, you can have it show up in different ways. Original size, there we go. Now we can actually see it. You can also have an inline, change the alignment. You can add a border to it, change the border. It's very subtle, but it's there. White, gray, black, different size of border, just so you have a little line around it. Okay, moving on down. At mentioning people. I've already shown you that. If you click the @mention, you then get a list of users, so then you can find them, type them, and give them something to do. You can add different emoji, just for some extra expression. If you do a layout, you can have these columns here, and then have your content appear in one way. So you could have an image and an explanation. Pretty much whatever you can think of. This is the most data center-like feature, I feel, like with your sections. You can do it once again in Cloud. That's using the layout button up here at the top. If you use a table, organize information in a table. That's great, but you can also create multiple JIRAs at once from a table that I can show you in our next video. Sorry to keep alluding to it, but that's it's a big topic. So there are more points to a table than you might think in Confluence. So just alluding to it, and that's interesting. Macros, there are a lot of them. You access the macros by hitting the plus button that's at the top of the screen. That is one way of getting to it, and you can see there are a lot of macros. There's also a faster way of getting to the macros, which is, I'll hover over here so you can see the keyboard shortcut. It is the / key that is the same button as your question mark button. And then from there, you can type the macro that you want. You have many macros within Confluence. And I think I need to move myself over here so I can actually show you the show more button. Let's make myself small. There we go. I had to decrease the zoom. View more. There are more macros than I can take the time to show you today, but a few good ones that we'd like to show you are the info panel and the date panel. Info panel I like to have at the top of a page. I can insert it, and then I can have these different icons show up. I can change the color, and then you can say what's going on right here. Warning. More ways of making your Confluence content pop. If I hit / here and type in date, then having a display issue. Let's see. There we go. Now it's going to behave. If I insert a date macro here, I can pick the date that someone needs to do it. There we go. Finally, when you are editing a page, you can hit update to then have all of your changes apply. If you don't want to do that, I'll go back into edit mode. Instead, I'll make some quick changes here. Instead of hitting update, my options are I can describe the version and do a schedule update. I can say, let's publish this instead tomorrow at 9 a.m. and then if I hit close, then this is going to be saved under my recents and as a draft. It's not here yet because sometimes Cloud takes a minute to be Cloud, but this is where it would go. Thank you for your attention during this brief video on the many different features of creating and editing pages in Confluence. Thanks.